What this one does is you give it dirt, you give it seeds. Well, it doesn't even need many seeds because it doesn't break the vines. So once you start it off, no more seeds. Basically, one dirt equals one watermelon or one pumpkin. Watermelon grows, dirt or farmland becomes dirt, dirt becomes farmland, and it puts out a sand. And what happens is it uses one dirt to replace it. So basically you need to give it dirt and it puts out sand. And puts out watermelon slices, which are being automatically crafted into watermelon seeds, which are being sent somewhere else that I will show you momentarily. But first, I am going to show you this. This is two connected 5-minute timers. And 5-minute timer is based on item decay. Item takes exactly 5 minutes to decay, so you stick it on a pressure plate and 5 minutes later it'll break. So item disappears, it sets out the other one. See? And that was just a couple of very fast 5 minutes. Anyway, I'm going to put these back into here. And as you can see, they're full, they don't need it, so the sand just falls down. I use the sand as the use, basically, and if it doesn't need it, it just shoots it out into the water, never to be seen again, because screw sand. So the timer is important later on. I'm sure all of you have come across the little problem of exploding engines. The 5-minute timer is my way of avoiding that. And it does this by the engines aren't running. This is making me this is odd. None of the engines are going. Why oh why? They have. Oh right, engines can't start up again quickly, so they'll start soon. That's annoying. Anyway, so the watermelon seeds and the wheat seeds all join up here and come to one of these 4 blob machine things, which is best viewed from this angle. Or this one. Anyway, so these are 3 squeezers and a chest. And the squeezers take seeds and turn them into seed oil. They can also take honeycombs, which is what that's for, but I don't need that now, or apples and turn it into honey or apple juice. And seed oil and apple juice works very differently. While seed oil can be burned as a type of fuel in special engines, apple juice and honey are put into the fermenter instead of water, and they increase its output by 50%, which is nice. But they take way too much time to produce enough honeycombs for it to work, so I just abandoned that hope. And apples would be even worse. So I'm just stuck with using water in them. So the seed oil from our nice little seeds comes here and is being burned in all of these engines, the green ones, which never overheat. That is the characteristic of these engines. But they need lava in order to start, or depending on what kind of fuel you're using, it can be fueled by biomass, by seed oil, by milk, or by water. I think that's it. And you're thinking like you can use water as fuel in it, but the catch is that the water is the fuel, but it requires a constant lava constantly uses lava, unlike with any of the other ones, which it only needs lava in order to start. Once it starts, it no longer uses lava. But anyway, they don't put out a whole lot of power. I mean, yeah, this is enough to run quite a few things, couple big things, but really not a whole lot. I think it's only one or two energy per tick from each of these. Um, Unfortunately, I'm not producing seed oil as quickly as I'm using it, so this won't last super long. Most of this whole thing needs some balancing work. Like, I need a lot more wheat farms. I need one more mushroom farm on top of this one. I need more moisteners in there, all that stuff. Um, but well, um, I guess I don't really need another mushroom farm. That much is fine. But anyway, let's look at the biomass. What happens with the biomass, green liquid that you can see right there, is it goes into this tank here and is pulled out of the tank into these 12 refineries, which turn it into a type of fuel called biofuel. What a surprise. And as far as I know, biofuel burns just as well or almost as well as normal fuel at 4 or 5 energy a tick, but just not for as long. So, not quite as good, but it doesn't matter. I can still get a whole lot of power out of this. So that's nice. This is quite a few combustion engines. And I only have half of them running at a time, obviously. Don't want a giant crater here instead of engines. But it's still a good, I don't know how many. Looks to be about 10. So probably somewhere between 30 and 40 engines at a time. So it's a lot. I think it's probably more than that actually, because I had 20 quarries running at full speed, which I believe to be 10 energy a tick. I don't know the units of the energy. I think it's just EU, like energy units. And it still was able to run everything else also, and it also accounting for the energy lost over distance. So it's probably even more than 40 engines. I'm actually going to count them now. Nope, it is 40 engines. I forgot to account for the seed oil engines, providing extra power. So, um, and these little stacks of redstone engines that keep everything going if for some reason all the other engines stop. But that won't happen. So they're not a pressing danger. You may have noticed these. These two tower stack things are another one of my inventions, which was created for the purpose of not wasting coal. I have a little peeve about not putting things into a furnace in multiples of 8, and it just kind of irritates me when I waste coal like that. And they actually work where it sends the coal, or it sends whatever, or in multiples of 8. 8 at a time in one coal. It works very well if it's getting a slow input of resources, but because I had those 20 quarries running at the same time, it flooded it with iron ore and it stopped working. So I'm just going to start it up. And so this one is now running, and it's got a little redstone timer to make sure that it's not a false alarm, that it's actually got the items there. And boom. Theoretically all the engines should run, but it doesn't seem like they did. I don't know why. Guess it's just because of the short pulse. This